Everybody, welcome. This is Bar Sculpt. Today's class, we're going to use our typical set of light weights. Again, I'm just using 1 pound. You can go heavier. If you're like the weights are just not my thing today or for a particular move, you can set them off to the side, pick them up when you're ready. And we're also going to use a set of gliders. Yours in the office might look a little bit different than mine. That's perfectly fine. If you're at home and you don't have a set of gliders, grab a towel, grab a shirt that you don't care about. You'll place it under your hand or your foot, and you're just going to use it to glide out, forward, diagonal. We're going to use it in a plank position under our wrists or under our feet. I don't believe we'll have a need for using two specifically at the same time. So just having one piece of cloth is perfectly fine if you don't have gliders with you. Otherwise, go ahead and grab a set of gliders with a set of weights. We're going to start with our warm-up. Draw your feet hip width apart and parallel. And I've got my mat rolled up here on the side, as you can tell. For a lot of the standing poses, I'm going to keep the mat off to the side. I just limit it on space a little bit more so that if I was in the office or in the gym. So if you're in the gym or in the office and you've got a little bit more space around you, feel free to roll out that mat beforehand. Totally up to you. Let's draw our feet hip width apart and parallel. Draw your knees up towards your chest. Strong point through your toes. Reach your arms up high overhead. Warming up that lower body, warming up the upper body. Continue to draw the knees up as you add a wide pull down with the arms. Keep a soft bend in the elbows. Just tucking those elbows gently behind your back. Continue with the knee drives, add a twist. Opposite elbow, opposite knee, elbow comes down, knee comes up. Maybe they make connection. Maybe they just come super close. Bring it center for 10. That's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to bring that knee up and over to a side lunge. Deepen into that knee that you're lunging into. Keep the opposite leg straight. Warming up the lower body a little bit more. One more time on each side. And then we're going to come down to a low wide squat. So draw your feet wider than your hips. Toes are slightly turned out. Draw your heels inward. Arms out to a T. Palms facing down. Bend and extend your knees. Chest stays lifted here. Imagine you're trying to slide your back down a wall behind you. 3 more. And 2. On the next one, hold the bend in the knees. Tiny circles with your arms. Doesn't matter which direction. We'll do both directions. For 3, 2, and 1. Reverse that direction. For 3, 2, and 1. Bring the palms facing up. Draw some circles. Again, doesn't matter which direction you start with. Keep it going for 3, 2, and flip it in reverse. Opposite direction. Tiny circles. From here, bring your hands to your hips. Keep a bend in the knees. Hinge forward at your waist. Give yourself a nice big hug. As you draw your arms up towards the ceiling, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Warming up the upper body. All right, 2 more. Last one. Gently walk the feet in as you rise up with the right leg. We're just going to draw that right leg forwards and backwards. Now, you can hold on to a wall or a ledge for additional stability, or just keep your hands to your hips. Just the right leg forwards and backwards. 2 more. 1 more. All right, reach that right leg down by your side. Reach it out from your hip. We're going to draw that right leg forwards. Out to the side. And over in front and diagonally behind your standing left leg. 2 more in each direction. 1 more. All right, go ahead and plant that right foot. Circle out your right ankle. Switch directions. Plant your right foot. Stand tall on that right leg. Left leg forwards and backwards. Same options here. Hands to your hips, out to a T for more balance, or find a wall or a ledge or a mirror and go ahead and draw your right hand there for a little bit more stability. 2 more in each direction. All right, slide that left foot to meet the right from here. Sweep it out in front, sweep it out behind. Keep it going. 2 more times each direction, forwards, backwards, once more. All right, release that left foot down, circle out your left ankle, reverse that direction. All right, we're gonna start by placing a glider under one foot. Grab those weights, one weight in each hand. So we're gonna find first position, heels together, toes turned out, bring that glider under your right foot. From here, we're gonna bring the soft bend the knees, palms facing in, glide that right leg out to a diagonal and then back in. So you're bending and straightening that right leg, coming back to first position and just sliding it out at that front, diagonal, palms facing in, slide it out and back in. So it's just as if you're sliding your right knee out in the direction that it's facing with your knees bent. Hammer curl. Still going. Still moving. Just a couple more. All right, from here, draw your elbows behind your back. Elbows behind your back, palms facing out. Come out to a wide second. Bring everything back in. So you're sliding that right leg out to a wide plie. Elbows are tucked in towards your body, maybe behind your rib cage. As you slide that right foot in, bring your arms out to a T, bend deeper into your knees, coming into that wide plie. Keep it going. Bring it in, slide it out. Just the right leg is moving. Left leg is grounded. Imagine that left foot is glued to the floor. Keep it going. Glide it out. Glide it back in. Just a few more. We're actually going to hold it in that wide plie. Right leg further out. All right, from here, go ahead and hold in that wide plie. Arms out to a T. Pulse, pulse. Arms lift, arms lower. Pulse, pulse. Arms lift, arms lower. Keep it going. Still going. Still moving. Lift and lower. Palms are facing out in the same direction that you're looking. Just like half around the world. Arms lifted up. Bring them down. Pulse, pulse. Lift and lower. Keep that right heel grounded to avoid letting your right knee slide out. You're keeping your hips low. 2 low pulses. Hold it low. Reach the arms up. Maybe your thumbs tap. Reach them back down. Keep it going. Lift and lower. Pulse, pulse. Lift and lower. One more. All right, go and slide that right foot in. Bring that glider under your left heel. Draw your heels back together. This time, palms facing up. We're gonna slide that left foot out and back in. Slide it out and back in. So your knees start bent, heels together, toes turn out. Keep it going, slide it out and back in. Firing up those inner and outer thighs right here. Stand tall in that right leg. Avoid leaning over to the right side. Stand nice and tall. So nothing in your upper body aside from your arms are moving here. Just your left leg. Hips are grounded, heels together. Slide the left leg out at a diagonal. Just a few more here. That's it, give me one more. All right, go ahead and draw the heel back up. I'm just gonna slide over so I have plenty of space here. Palms are facing up, elbows tucked into your side. Glide out to that wide second, bring it back in. Glide it out, bring it back in. Palms are facing up this time towards the ceiling. So as you glide that left leg out, coming to a wide plie, you're sliding your arms out directly from your shoulders. Maybe slightly forward. As you glide that left leg seamlessly back in to meet the right, You're straightening your legs and you're tucking your elbows in behind your rib cage. Bring it in and out. Bring it in and out. Just a few more here, then we're gonna find a comfortable wide plie, keeping that glider underneath our left foot. Bring it out and back. All right, on the next one, hold it in that wide plie, arms out to a T, pulse, pulse, arms forward, arms bring it out, pulse, pulse, pinkies in, pinkies out, pulse, pulse, sit up nice and tall, crown of your head continuing to reach towards the ceiling, hips stay as low as you can hold them as you draw the arms forward and back out. Keep it going. Little pulses. Try to ground through that left heel. Pulse, pulse. Bring it forward and open. Just a few more. We're going to bring our feet under our hips next. And with that glider, starting with the left foot. All right, last one. All right, go ahead and bring that glider under the left foot. Walk your feet hip width apart and parallel. From here, give me a bicep curl, slide that left leg back, reverse lunge, bring it in. Reverse lunge, bring it in. So same thing here. You're coming into that reverse lunge stance. You want to make sure you're gliding that left leg far back enough that your front knee never, ever, ever passes your toes. Your back knee is directly under your back hip. And this stance is your right knee over your right ankle, left knee directly under your left hip. Slide it back. Bicep curl, slide it back in. Keep it going. Few more here. Slow and steady. Maybe feeling that friction of your glider with the floor. A little added resistance. Maybe not appreciated, but warranted. Keep it going. All right, on the next one, we're gonna hold it in that reverse lunge. Keep the elbows bent at 90. Pulse, pulse, bring it forward, bring it in. Pulse, pulse, bring it forward, bring it in. Keep it going. Pulse, pulse, forward, bring it in. Pulse, pulse, press it forward, bring it in. Keep it going. So sorry for coughing everybody's ear. As I always say, grab water anytime if you need it. We're holding that reverse lunge, 2 pulses. Bring the arms forward, pull them in, pulse, pulse, press it forward, bring it in. You've got it. Almost there. All right, from here, bring your hands by your side, pulse, pulse, lift that back leg, lift your arms, set it down, pulse, pulse, lift the back leg, lift the arms, bring it down, pulse, pulse, lift, and lower. So you're trying to lift and lower your left foot back on that glider. So now you can tell if as you lift, you're controlling that motion and setting it back down on that glider. Shoulders are stacked directly over your hips and your pulses, firing up the quads, firing up those hamstrings. As you hinge forward, lift both the arms, palms facing down, lift your left leg, pulse, pulse, lift, and lower. Keep it going. Pulse, pulse, last one. All right, release it down. Shake it out, putting that glider underneath your right foot. This time, palms are facing up. Bring your hands down. We're gonna slide that right foot back. Bicep curl, reverse lunge, swing it back in. Bicep curl, slide it back in. Back and forward. Remember, same thing as the left side. As you glide it back, Your front left knee, never ever pass your toes. Make sure it's a wide enough stance that your front knee is directly over your ankle. Your back knee is directly under your hip. Glide it forward, glide it back. Bring it forward and bring it back. 2 more. All right, on the next one, hold that reverse lunge. Hold your elbows bent at 90. Pulse, pulse, bring it forward, bring it in. You've been here before. Same function, same movement, different side. Press it forward, bring it in. Pulse, pulse, forward and in. You've got it, keep it going. Press it forward, bring it in. Just holding that reverse lunge. Pulse, pulse, forward, pull it in. You've got this, stay with it. You're so strong. Press it forward, bring it in. Pulse, pulse, forward, bring it in. You've got this. If you need to readjust your right foot on that glider, do so. If you want to set your foot off the glider, more power to you. Set it off to the side. Come back to it when you're ready. Press it forward, bring it in. 1 more. And then we have that right leg lift. All right, here we go. Bring the arms by your side. This time palms facing to the same direction that you're looking. Give me 2 pulses. Lift that right leg. Lower down. Pulse, pulse, lift and lower. Pulse, pulse, lift and lower. Keep it going. Pulse, pulse, lift and lower. Make sure that you're trying to land your right foot back on that glider. Pulse, pulse, lift and lower. Slow and steady. That'll keep your movements consistent. And you know that because you're placing your foot directly back where it was before. Pulse, pulse, both arms, right leg lift and lower. Deep hinge forward. Pressing into that left foot. Lift and lower. Give me 1 more wherever you're at. All right, go ahead and shake it out. Come back to center. Keep that glider, I said wait, keep that glider under your right foot. Draw your heels back together. From here, we're gonna slide, make sure you have plenty of space, slide that right leg back to a diagonal, arms by your side, V raise, right leg brings it back, bring it in. Keep both legs straight here. Bring it out, bring it in. So your heels are turned in, your toes are turned out at any degree. Palms are facing in towards one another. V raise, right leg extends back, bring it back in. You can hinge forward slightly at your waist. You can stand up tall, your choice. Hinging forward will increase your range of motion ever so slightly. Abs are pulled in towards your spine. Give me 1 more on this side. All right, release it down, palms facing in, bring that glider underneath your left foot, heels together, toes turned out. Here we go. V raise, slide it back and forward. V raise, bring it back in. You've got it, stay with it. Just gliding out to that diagonal. Bring it back in, squeeze your left glute as you extend as far as you can. Maybe coming onto those tippy toes on the glider and then bring it back in. Extend, bring it back in. You got it. V raise, palms facing down, lift and lower. Keep it moving, extend and lower. Just a few more here. Wherever you're at, give me 1 more because it's so much fun. All right, release it down, shake it out. We're gonna go ahead and come down onto the floor. I'm gonna roll my mat out. We're still gonna use that glider. I'm gonna find a way here to use the glider, not obstruct your views. All right, so we're gonna find pretzel. So draw your left knee forward, draw your right leg directly out from your hip. That left foot, it can either touch your right thigh or you can bring it forward if that's more comfortable for you. Just depends on your hip flexors. So go ahead and find that position. Go ahead and draw your right knee or your right foot under that glider. Bring one weight in each hand. From here, we're gonna side bend over to the left, come back through center, side bend over to the left, come back through center. Keep it going so you're keeping your right knee on that glider, side bend over to the left, back through center so you're feeling that slight stretch as you rise up. Stretch along the left side, then you're crunching the left side as you reach your right arm long, lengthening that right side body, stacking your right shoulder directly over the left, side bend, and lift. Keep it going. Just gonna readjust so that way you guys can see when I move that right leg. Side bend, and lift, side bend, and lift. One more. All right, place your left hand to the outside of your left hip. Bring your right hand to your hip or behind your head. From here, we're just gonna glide that glider back and then bring it forward. All right, maybe under my knee is not the best place because I can't get it to move. So again, that glider can be under your knee if you can get it to move. Mine's just a little bit slippery on the top, so my pants are not causing any friction to hold on to it. Although I can hold on to it with the inside of my foot, you can hold it with your right knee or your right foot. Glide it back, bring it back in, glide it back. So you want to keep a bend in that right knee, glide it back and back in. You're working the outer right glute here. Bring it out and back in. Just a few more. All right, come on up. We're gonna switch sides. So bring that right foot forward, left knee back. Place that left hand place that glider under your left knee or your left foot. That right knee is forward. I'm just gonna readjust my timer. Place a weight. My God, I can't talk, you guys. Place a weight in each hand. We're gonna side bend over to the right, rise back up. Feel that stretch along the right side. As you rise up, left hand down, side bend over to the right. Feel that stretch in the left oblique, crunch in the right. So you're just alternating, stretching and crunching. Keep it going. Almost there. Side bend. And lift. Just a few more. That glider again can be under your left knee if it's not slippery. Or you can place it under your left foot if your pants and that glider are slippery. All right, finish up where you're at. Set that weight down. Bring your right hand to the outside of your right hip. I'm just going to slide my glider to my left foot here. So with your left knee still being bent, from here, slightly lean into that right hip. We're going to slide it back and bring it forward. Glide it back and forward. Keep it going. Almost there. Slide it back and forward. Keep it going. Left hand can be on your hip, behind your head. You want to slightly lean into that right hip. Slide it back and forward. All right, finish up where you're at. We're going to do a little stretch here. Set those gliders, set the weights off to the side. Come to a tabletop, wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Walk your hands up, palm print forward, tuck your toes, lift your hips. Find a downward facing dog. Gently pedal at the heels. From here, we're nice and warm. We're going to lift that right leg, bend your right knee, stack your hip. Keep that knee bent as you draw it forward, bring it to your right wrist. Lower your left knee, tuck your left toes, and slide your left leg back, finding your pigeon pose. Just an outer hip stretch. You can walk your hands in towards your hips, maybe lift up. You can draw your body further down towards the mat, deepening that outer right hip stretch. You can rock from side to side. Gently bring your hands back under your shoulders. Tuck your left toes, lift your right leg. Gently lower your right leg to meet the left pedal at the heels. Little bend and extend, walking your down dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Bend your left knee, stack your hip. Keep that left knee bent as you draw that left knee right to your left wrist. Keep your right toes tucked. Slide that right leg back as far as you can. Stay here if this is comfortable. You can also walk your hands in towards your hips, maybe gazing up towards the ceiling for a deeper core stretch and back stretch. You can walk your hands forward. Staying on your wrist, you're coming down to your forearms. Maybe rolling from side to side if that feels comfortable for you. Just coming into your pigeon here. All right, bring your hands back under your wrist, tuck your right toes, lift your left leg, gently lower it down, pedal it out. All right, so I'm gonna roll up my mat again once because I do not have a lot of space here. We're gonna find a high plank position. So with that set of gliders here, we're gonna bring them, let's see, under our hands to start. All right, so coming into a high plank, I'm just gonna bring that glider under my right hand. You can also work from a tabletop, wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. We're just gonna draw a circle with that glider, one direction and then opposite direction. So option one is to stay in that tabletop, wrists under your shoulders, except for that right hand that's moving, knees under your hips. Option two, you can tuck your toes, hovering your shins here, coming into bear. That is option two. Option three is to extend your legs straight back to a high plank. Imagine that our guest bed is not blocking my feet. And just drawing circles here, whichever you prefer. Tabletop, bear, and tabletop with your toes tucked, or from a high plank position. Your choice, just drawing that big circle with the right hand as far as you can, and then draw it back in. All right, we're just gonna switch sides here. Let's see if I can do this. Bringing that glider under my left hand. So starting again at our tabletop, wrists under your shoulders, under your hips, glider under your left hand. Draw a big circle with that left arm, and then reverse the direction once you complete that circle. Same options here you did with the glider under your right hand. You can start in that tabletop, see how that feels, stay here. If you want a little bit more, you can tuck your toes, hovering your shins, coming into a bear position, still circling that left arm. Or you can extend your feet back, coming into a high plank with your hips directly in line with your shoulders. So what I mean is no hips in the air. You want your hips completely in line. If you find that your hips are lifting or your hips are lowering below your shoulders, just come down, lower the knees, find that tabletop. You're still getting that shoulder work. You're still getting the ab work. Do what you can. All right, from here, go ahead and bring the glider now under your feet. And I actually lied. We are going to need two gliders. It's probably the only time we'll need two gliders. We're going to find that tabletop position. Once again, one glider under each foot. From here, starting with tabletop, you can slide the foot out, alternating. You can hover the shins, alternating, sliding the foot out. Or you can start in high plank and drawing the knees in. For mountain climbers, I know we usually don't do any cardio, but you can run it out if you want. You can also always come back to that tabletop and see how that feels. Keep it going, extend and bend one knee at a time. You can pick up that pace at any point in time when you're ready. Just keep moving. You've got this. All right, from here, I'm gonna go ahead and bring, well, because now we're gonna bring the glider under our feet on our back. So I think it's best if I keep my mat rolled up just because of space. All right, we're gonna go ahead and grab those weights, put the gliders off to the side. We'll come back to them, don't worry. From here, bring your hands by your side, roll all the way back. Reach your arms towards the ceiling, feet grounded. We're gonna roll up, full sit up. When you stack your shoulders over your hips, reach your weights overhead, bring them forward, slow roll back. When your head, neck, and shoulders taps down, tap the weights overhead, bring them back over your shoulders, roll all the way up. Full sit up, arms overhead, arms forward, just like Frankenstein arms. We're not using momentum here as we roll up and roll back. Tap the weights overhead, bring them back in front of your shoulders, roll all the way up. Keep it going. Roll back and roll up. On the next one, hold it overhead, bring the weights at center, elbows are wide. Extend your legs out a little bit further, so less of a bend in those knees. Draw the left knee in towards the right elbow, back through center. Just the left knee comes in towards the right elbow. Draw it in and release. Tap and release. Keep it going. Twist over the right. Maybe you tap that right elbow to the left knee. Maybe it just comes close. Maybe you bring that right elbow past the left knee. Do what you can. You can sit up a little bit more. If this bothers your hip flexors, you can roll the waistband of your shorts or your pants further towards the floor for more of a challenge. Keep it going. Just right elbow to left knee. Twist. Come back through center. Twist. Come back through center. All right, come back through center. Here we go. Now left elbow to right knee. Bring it back through center. Twist. Back through center. Twist. And back through center. Twist. Back through center. Keep it going. Just a twist to the right and back through center. Guess I'm not working hard. If I watch things, I'm done working out. Keep it going. Right knee lifts, twist your right knee up. As you twist, drawing your left elbow down towards your right knee. Coming back through center, twist, maybe your left elbow and your right knee tap. Maybe they just come close. Back through center, twist, and back through center. Give me one more. All right, come back through center. Reach your legs out long. From here, reach your arms up high overhead. We're going to draw both arms down to the left. Come back through center, down to the right. Twist, reach up, down to the side, reach up through center. So it's like you're doing opposite alternating wood chops. Reach up and over by the hip. Reach up, over by the other hip. Keep it going. Reach up and twist. Reach up and twist. You've got it. Keep it going. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. One more time each side. And then as promised, we're going to use those gliders again. All right, release those weights down. I'm going to slide down because I want to make sure that I can place the gliders under my feet. And we're going to move them. Come down to a back lane position. I'm going to walk my hips a little bit closer towards my heels. The glider is under my right heel. So from here, lift your hips, slide the right leg out, slide it back in, lower the hips. Lift, right leg extends, bring it back in, and lower. Glute bridge, fold the bridge, slide the right foot out, bring it back in, and lower. You can adjust where your foot is on that glider depending on how much you want to get out of this workout. You can keep your toes on the glider, which is the most common way to start. You can place your entire foot on that glider. You can place your heel if you want to extend that right leg a little bit further. All right, lower your hips, bring that glider now under your left foot, your entire foot or your heel, glute bridge lift, left leg glides out, bring it back in and lower. Adjust that glider anywhere under your left foot. Keep it going, lift, glide it forward, bring it back in and lower, lift, slide it out, slide it in, bring it down. Keep it going. Lift, glide it out, glide it in, and lower. Keep it moving. Glute bridge lift, extend, glide it in, and lower. One more. All right, now we're gonna bring a glider under both feet. 2 gliders, 1 glider under each foot, just to clarify. All right, you guessed it. Glute bridge lift, slide the right leg out, slide the left leg out, slide the right leg in, slide the left leg in, glute bridge lower. Lift and hold, left leg, then right leg, then left leg pulls in, right leg pulls in. Lots of hamstring work here. Glute bridge lift and hold, slide it out, the right foot, slide it in, and switch. So you're alternating which foot glides out first. The goal here is that you glide both feet out and you hold them extended, just like a reverse plank. Bring it back in and lower. One more time. All right, lower the hips. Bring those weights, 1 weight in each hand. From here, draw your arms out to the side. We have a wide chest fly with a glute bridge lift and lower. So just ground your heels, press your soles of your feet in towards the floor. Open and close with the hips lifting and lowering. Keep it going. Open and close. Lift and lower. Keep it going. Almost there. Just a few more. All right, hold the hips lifted, bring the arms overhead, bring the palms facing toward your knees, wide arm chest press with a glute bridge, lift and lower. Keep it going, keeping those hips lifted here. You've got it, almost there. Still going, still moving, wide arm chest press. Almost there. Wide arm chest press, glute bridge hold. If those hips start to lower, press those hips back up. Keep your shoulders pressed in towards the floor. Just a glute bridge hold with a wide arm chest press. Knuckles towards the ceiling, palms toward your knees. Elbows bend, elbows extend. You've got it. Keep it going. Give me 2 more. 1 more. All right, lower your hips, lower the weights. Set the gliders off to the side. Draw your knees into your chest. Curl yourself into a tight ball. Keep your right knee in towards your right shoulder. Extend your left leg long. Flex, excuse me, flex through your left heel. Tuck your chin to your chest. Hover your shoulders. As you continue to flex your left foot, point, flex, circle out your right ankle. Wiggle your toes. Release your head, neck, and shoulders and left heel. With your left hand, gently guide your right knee across over to the left side. Maybe look over your right shoulder for a deeper stretch. Gently come back through center. Keeping that right knee bent, slide your right foot down the inside of your left leg. Coming into what we call reclined tree, allowing both hips and your right knee to just fall in towards your mat. We did a lot of hip flexor work today. Draw both knees back in towards your chest. Release your right leg long, binding both hands underneath your left shin. Flex through your right foot, hover your right leg, tuck your chin to your chest. Point, flex, circle out your left ankle. Release your head, neck, and shoulders. Release your right leg. Right hand to your left knee and guide that left knee over to the right side. Looking over your left shoulder. Deep twist. Inhale, come back through center. Tuck both knees in towards your chest. Rock and roll yourself a few times. Maybe hovering the feet for additional core work. On the next one, we're all going to hover and hold. Option, extend your legs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rise on up from here. Go ahead and come to a comfortable seat. Maybe rock your sit bones side to side. Sweep your arms up high. Fold forward. Doesn't matter which leg is in front, we'll switch sides. Reaching as far as you can. Maybe using those gliders to reach your arms out long. That's a great use of those gliders here for a little stretch. Sometimes we use the ball. Now let's use the glider. Gently walk your hands back in or use that glider. Switching which foot is in front. Sit up nice and tall. Maybe rock your sit bones side to side. With a long spine, hinge forward with or without that glider and just reach it forward. Stretching and reaching. Gently walk your hands back in or use that glider. Come into a butterfly position. Draw the soles of your feet together and just flap your butterfly wings. Sit up nice and tall, crown of your head pulling towards the ceiling. Hands can be on your hips, your thighs, your knees, your ankles, your calves. Stay here if you want a deeper lower back stretch. Bring your feet a little bit further away from your hips. So you're making more of a diamond shape, less of a butterfly shape with your legs. Option 1 is to bring your hands, palms facing up under your calves. Option 2 is to place your palms on the top shoelace portion of each foot. Inhale as you lengthen, exhale as you fold forward, bringing the crown of your head closer towards your heel, your arch, or your big toe. And just breathing. Your next full exhale, gently let it all go. Release the bind of your hands, slowly roll all the way up. Roll your shoulders up and back. Roll them up and forward. Shake out anything else that you may need to, and give yourself a big round of applause. Fantastic work today. Hope you enjoyed the use of the gliders with our normal light set of light weights. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you.